Good evening. I would like to welcome Akiva. Akiva, he started with other comrades on the 17th of the last century something brilliant. The Israeli socialist organization Matzben, when they started to see themselves as a part from the Middle East, as a part from the Arab world, as a part from the Palestinian people. Through that, we can talk about hope. Welcome, Aki.
Thank you very much.
The Zionists like to present the whole conflict as if it is a result of Arab hate against Jews. No. Before the Zionist movement appeared, there was no hatred. Jews lived together with Palestinians and also with Moroccans, with Algerians, with Iraqis, peacefully. The Zionist colonization is very different from any other colonization movement. Very different. If you look at the colonization, the British colonizers of Rhodesia, or the Dutch who went to South Africa, or Spaniards and Italians who went to Argentina. In all these colonizatory movements, the colonizers came there in order to improve their economic situation. They came to make money, to build a farm. Zionism is a completely different thing. The Zionists did not come to Palestine in order to exploit the Palestinians. The Zionists came to Palestine in order to create a state for the Jews of all the world. What about the Palestinians? Are they expected to receive these settlers who want to create, these immigrants who want to create a state for themselves with flowers? Of course, this meant a conflict. During the First World War, the British wanted to mobilize the support of the Jews on their side, and they issued the Balfour Declaration. The Balfour Declaration is just a short letter of 8 lines, which James Arthur Balfour, who was the British Foreign Secretary, sent to the Rothschild family in London. And what he said there was that Britain will, I forgot, I brought it with me, but I forgot it in the car. Britain will view with friendliness the creation of a Jewish state in Palestine. And the Palestinians, this is a thing many people today don't know, the Palestinians used to demonstrate against the Balfour Declaration every year on the 2nd of November. There was a demonstration by the Palestinians against the Balfour Declaration. 1919, there was already a demonstration. There were demonstrations against the British from the very beginning. The Palestinians did not appear in 1967 or in 1948. Politically, they were active already in 1919 against British rule. What did they ask? Independence. The labor movement wanted to take over the jobs from the Palestinians. And the first activity of Ben-Gurion, the first prime minister of Israel, when he started the Histadrut in 1922, was to go to every Jewish employer who employed Arabs, to the Baron Rothschild settlements, who employed the Arabs in the vineyards, to beat up the Palestinian workers, and to terrorize the Jewish employers to say, don't employ Arabs, Jewish labor only. The Histadrut was a major tool in ousting the Palestinian workers from the economy of Palestine. When the Palestinians had the Great Strike of 1936, the railway stopped working, the refineries stopped working, the port of Haifa stopped working, because everybody was Palestinian workers. The Histadrut said to its people, you go and operate these places. And the Histadrut acted as scabs, breaking the strike of the Palestinians, and they were willing to give weapons to Jewish youth to help them fight against the Palestinians. One can almost say that the beginning of the Israeli army was in the revolt of 1936-39, when the British, for the first time, gave rifles and training to Jewish youngsters to help them fight against the Palestinians. The resolution to partition Palestine to two was given in November 1947, and the British were given 6 months to close the business and leave. So in November 1947, partition resolution of United Nations. April, the British organized the invasion of the Arab countries into Arab armies into Palestine, in Peludan, Syria. Elitide Clayton, he organized it. And the Egyptian army, Farouk was not for, King Farouk in Egypt was not for coming to Palestine. He was not for this. Okay? During this, Ben-Gurion started secret negotiations with King Abdullah of Transjordan. And what was the secret negotiation? Golda Meir went to Amman in 1948. What did she do in Amman? Negotiate with Abdullah. And after she was appointed ambassador in Moscow, Moshe Dayan went to negotiate with Abdullah. What did they negotiate? That the half of Palestine, which should go to the Palestinians, will not go to the Palestinians. Ben-Gurion will take half, Abdullah will take half. And in return, Abdullah will not fight. And this is what happened. And the Palestinians were left, because of the secret agreement between Ben-Gurion and Abdullah in 1948, the Palestinians were not left with half of Palestine. They were left with 0 Palestine.